So now we're going to fly back across the Atlantic Ocean, and we're going to go get warm in the islands. We're going to go to Puerto Rico, right? So welcome to Carmen Montoto.
Hi. Do you hear me? Yep. Okay, my presentation is called Simple Tools and Amazing Results. I'm the outreach trainer of Puerto Rico. And usually what I do in Puerto Rico is outreach programs, brain gym courses, because I'm also a brain gym consultant. I do the local chapter network. And I also created a thing which I call alambraje, which is called in English wiring the brain through sound and movement. And I also work a lot with the positively ageless from Patty, because I find it awesome. And go into talks in different areas, and I work a lot with universities because they invite me to give talks about the combination of Hemi-Sync and brain gym. And whatever creative idea that occurs in my mind and happens in my life in how to spread TMI and spread Hemi-Sync. In the University of Puerto Rico, which I'm showing there, we have a thanatology program which they invite different people, aromatherapy, and different trainers from different modalities. And so I always bring Hemi-Sync with the Elizabeth Kubler-Ross work. And they have been inviting me like 6 or 7 years since the program started. But last year, I used to have a space of my own, which I had in a building of the family, and then my mom died. And then my brother decided that he wanted the building, and I inherited another building. So I had to move out and create a space. So last year was a work in progress. And when I finished the work, the building, my money was gone. And this was the doorway where I'm going to put a staircase. So I have this beautiful big new office that I can't go into it. So things happen. So, but everything happens for a reason. So, next slide. So, I have this very special friend of mine, and she made she had a grant. She worked to get a grant in which she put my name, and she put Hemi-Sync and brain gym without never telling me. And all of a sudden, she got the grant money to work in 2 schools in the island. And she calls me. So I'm in the middle of having no place to do things. And the call comes in. And she says, you know, you're going to work for me. And I said, yes. So all of a sudden, I'm working 2 hours away from where I lived. But thanks God, my daughter has a house in Isabela, which is a town very near where the project is. And as you see, it's very beautiful. It has beautiful Caribbean beaches and everything. So I'm staying in this house, which is nice. So, and the project is in Moca, which is the next town, the next slide. Moca is a town in the middle of the island, not in the middle, a little bit near the coastline. And it is well known for mundillo, which is all the lace they do. And it's been done in tradition since the cane workers since 1800. And it's a rather conservative town. So I'm working in the school with Hemi-Sync, which I never tell them to go to TMI website, because they're going to find that they do out-of-body things, you know, and that would be like, wow. So, and I never tell, when I do kinesiology testing, I can never talk about energy work. I have to say it's brain things that are happening. So the usage of language is very important in my work there. But the results we're having are amazing. The next slide. So what am I doing there? And for me, I work there from 8 to 3. I go home, and then I say, what am I going to get these kids to get interested in? How do I approach these teachers? Because this is, I got the job and, create things. So sometimes I go to bed, many days, at 2 o'clock in the morning, and then I have to get up at 6:30. And then some of the days while I'm working there, I say, where's my brain? I'm so sleepy. But when you see the enthusiasm of the kids and the teachers of what's happening there, and the results you get in paper shows that this really works. So what are we working in? We're working in reading, comprehension, and writing, memory, concentration, coordination, and balance, imagination and creativity. I do dominance profiles to students that come in at coaching 1-to-1 or even in small groups of 5. I also work with their self-esteem and special education projects. So how does it work? There's 2 schools, one is a middle school and the other one is a high school. I give a 6-hour workshop explaining what is Hemi-Sync, what is brain gym, and the importance of affirmations. And after that, I do a coaching to the teachers that said that they're interested in the program. In that coaching, we decide what kind of material we're going to work on, and how we're going to give a demonstrative class, either on reading, writing, math, all the things, comprehension, coordination, or whatever we're going to do, and we pick the material. And then I do the demonstrative class with all the students, and then I take the kids that didn't do well on the demonstrative class. I ask the teachers if these kids are the ones that are having trouble in the classroom, and then I do coaching to the students. And then I go back and mentor the teacher in another area, and I also do coaching to students in groups. So one of the affirmations are very important in our work. So, and I do kinesiology, and it was so wonderful when I heard Barbara saying that she did muscle testing and people went, ah. So I need to have a volunteer from the group that likes to drink Coca-Cola, Coke, or refreshments. Nobody here does. That's wonderful. Okay, so let me see, who drinks a lot of coffee? Okay, so can one of you come over? Okay, yeah, 10, thank you. Okay, so what I usually, but you once drink Cokes in your life, long time ago?
Some Diet Cokes.
Okay, some Diet Cokes. So, okay. So what I do is I bring the kids over, they're facing, and then I put their arm out and I ask, I think you can hear me, right? Okay.
Is it about recording now?
Okay. So what I'm going to ask is your name, and I'm going to muscle test you. What is your name? You say, and I try to press your arm down, and it goes, yes. And that is, okay, that's your name. So now you tell me a name that is not your name. My name is Maria.
My name is Alice.
Okay. And you see how her arm goes down. So now I tell them to think of a Coke, when you used to drink Coke, a very cold Coke that you're going to drink, and see how the arm goes down. So then I tell them to think in a very strong, a glass filled with ice, a very strong glass, and see the difference. So they all go like, wow, and then I bring the strongest kid in the classroom, thank you, the strongest kid in the classroom, and I said, put your arm up and think of a Coke. And no matter how strong he is, his arm goes down. So what is interesting about this? Now the school kids, they're not drinking so many Cokes. From 5 Cokes, they have gone to 1 or none. And whenever they're going to take a test, they drink water. And they're having amazing results. So and they tell me that, wow, I drank water and I saw a difference. So what do we do with the positive affirmations? So I want everybody to stand up. And we're going to I show them that human beings are the only animals that I know that can change their body by the way they think. So I tell them to turn their head to the side and effortlessly, and put their hand out and make a mark to where your neck rolls without having an effort done. And then we go down and say, I am flexible. You have to say that. My neck moves very easily. I'm elastic. I'm elastic. So we go like that and then see that you can move your head a little bit further away. And then we put our arms down. And then I say to them, my right arm, and then we're not going to move to show that it's the affirmation. My right arm is very long. My right arm stretches to my knee. God, how long my my right arm is. My right arm is much, much longer than my left arm. And then they go like this. Now we have to put them equal. And then now we say, both of our arms are equal. Both of our arms are identical. My arms are perfectly equal. And then you put them forward. So we go with positive affirmations, and then I tell them that they have to say, math is simple, reading is easy, I understand whatever I read, I'm intelligent, I'm beautiful, I'm happy, I'm a good athlete. The next one, 5, okay. So then we use a variety of the brain gym exercises. To the next one. And whenever I do a class, if I go to a math teacher, I always go to YouTube because I think YouTube is awesome. So I went there and there's a guy called the Mathemagician. And he has this incredible thing. He can say the square root, a square root is when you put the number to a higher, of any number in a second. 25 square to the square, it's 625. And how can you do that? You multiply the number by the number that follows. 2 times 3 is 6. And then you always add 25. So it's 625. The square root of 85, 8 times 9 is 72. It's 7,225. 65 times 2 is 42, 4,225. And then I explain to them, math is easy. And then they go like, wow. And then we do some tricks in multiplication to make them think and imagine that math is easy. The next one. So there's a brain gym exercise that we're going to do another exercise. So I want everybody to stand up. And this one is called hookups. We worked with the water thing. Now we're going to do hookups. This morning I laughed so much when the first conference person said that we are one consciousness and how we affect each other. So I tell the kids to stand up and lift your right leg. Okay? And now you close your eyes. Okay, and you lose your balance. So now I want half of the people here, you stay, okay, half of the people here, we're going to do hookups. Hookups is this brain gym exercise. You you put your right foot in front of your left foot like this, making an X. And then we put our fingers down, and we cross our hands, and then we cross them in our heart like this, and put your tongue in the roof of your mouth, how you go that way. Now this group is going to be in hookups, and then I'm going to be done. Then I want everybody here to stand on their right foot again, and close your eyes.
Lift our right foot. Lift our right foot. I can do it.
Okay, so many of you did better.
Yes.
Okay. So now we're going to do the other thing. You go into hookups, and they're going to lift their right foot again, and then you're going to close your eyes, and you're in hookups, and you put your tongue in the roof. Okay? Okay, I'm going to do hookups. Okay, you're extending one foot, okay, with your eyes closed. Okay, how many of you did better? Okay, so we proved that, and I'm done. The next one, and I'm done. How we affect each other when we're centered. So I tell the kids, before a test, you do hookups. And then you're more centered and you're able to learn. The importance of water in the body. How what you think affects you by doing the affirmations. So I put seeds of knowledge and curiosity about the possibility of who they are and what they can do. And show them that learning can be easy. The next slide. So I can't say about the magical moments because I'm done. But I just want to share one. Can I do one? Only one? Okay. So I went to do in Mexico. I took a course in brain gym with special eds. And we had this kid that was doing, she had her hand tullida that was going like this. And she couldn't hold a pencil very well. So I did the 8 going like this on this area, and her hand went flat for the first time in 12 years. And some of the kids, when they're in the courses, they say, is this magical that I'm reading so fast? So we're having amazing results, and that's what I wanted to share with you. And next year I'll tell more about the gateways things. Thank you.